aggressive about it.
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. First things first, guys, make sure you smash the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all of that good stuff. And as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And in today's video, guys, we're going to be diving into Victor Osimhen because John Obi Mikel, he's been at it again. Victor Osimhen really wants to play for Chelsea. How many times have we heard this before? Mikel was on beIN Sports yesterday, obviously coverage of Liverpool, etc., etc. And he had this to say on Victor Osimhen and Chelsea. He said he wants to play for Chelsea. I know where we stopped in terms of the contract. I know where we are. It's an easy fix because we've done all the hard work last summer. Okay, sure. We obviously did a lot of work last summer. We know there were prolonged negotiations, and realistically, if I had to take a guess, the only issue is the salary at the end of the day. The only issue is the salary. So if some sort of compromise can be reached there, or if you can just give him what he wants, then surely, according to Mikel, then Chelsea can get this deal wrapped up sharpish. Now, something's not quite adding up here. I know Mikel obviously speaks to us when they're both Nigerian, etc., etc. And it feels like Mikel is maybe on some sort of commission for this deal because he's always talking about it. He's desperate for it to happen. Now, of course, he'll be desperate from a Chelsea's perspective for it to happen, but yeah, I mean, the guy keeps banging on and on and on and on. And it's just like this Osimhen and Chelsea stuff. I'm sick of it. It's so boring. We had the entirety of last summer talking about it. And again, this summer, I'll be just going to suddenly pull something out of the bag. I'm unsure. I don't really know. All the information that's coming out from people like David Ornstein, Fabrizio, etc., is that, well, certainly from Ornstein, is that the general feeling within the clubs in the Premier League is that Victor Osimhen's going to end up in Saudi Arabia. And the main issue with the Premier League move is his salary. So it's not just the Chelsea thing. It's obviously other clubs within the Premier League who might be looking at Osimhen are thinking that, is this guy worth the money that he's asking for? Can we afford to pay this guy this money? And Chelsea are in a difficult position here because we need a top-class striker. We need a striker to take us to the next level and elevate us into contention to be competing for major trophies again. There are two strikers on the market this summer that do that. Victor Osimhen and Victor Yokarez. Those are the only two strikers that will take you from here to here. Everyone else is you're shopping at the next table down, you know, and that is the reality of the situation. Now, obviously, Osman made a decision to go to Turkey. Honestly, he's become irrelevant, but you don't hear an awful lot about what he's doing over there. But he has done very, very well. He's an exceptional goal scorer. There's no denying it. He's got 31 goals in 36 games in all comps, 22 goals in 26 Turkish league matches, and then 6 goals in 7 Europa League games, obviously before Galatasaray got eliminated. Now, the transfer fee is not an issue. I think it's a £65 million release clause. And if I'm Chelsea and what Mikel is saying is true, and I think it probably is, given how much we negotiated, why is this deal not already agreed? Why is this deal not done now? We agreed deals for Asugu. We agreed deals for Quenda. Why is this deal not done now? If it is that simple, and you just pick the phone up and you're like, Victor, we'll give you the money. Phone down, job done. If what Mikel's saying is true in terms of he really wants to play for Chelsea, and the negotiations are very easy to conclude. I'm not sure what we're waiting for here. Are we waiting until we get until Champions League is confirmed? If it is confirmed, and then we're gonna make a move. Like, is Osman joining? Does that depend on Champions League football? I don't really know what's going on here, but there's obviously something that Chelsea are concerned by. Now, obviously, there's been concerns expressed about attitude issues, etc. Obviously, none of us know Osman personally. We don't know what he's like around around his previous clubs, around the training ground, etc. I think he's been poorly advised at times, particularly last summer. But I mean, we can't really judge or say whether he is or he isn't, because we simply do not know. Now, do Chelsea have attitude concerns about him? Attitude concerns was probably one of the main reasons why we didn't sign John Duran for £40 million last summer. And, you know, we probably made a mistake there. Are we going to allow ourselves to make another mistake in the transfer market by letting a top quality striker go because we didn't want to pay the money, or we kind of had sort of unfounded concerns about attitude? You know, these are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. We keep hearing, oh, Chelsea prepared to sign older players. Chelsea prepared to pay beyond their wage structure if it's the right player and the right deal. Well, guys, I don't know what you're doing in your little meeting rooms and your little offices, wherever you are. But just an FYI, 2 strikers, both who warrant breaking the wage structure for, and both who would make a massive difference. So this whole Osimhen thing is not really adding up for me. As I've said many times before, guys, the opportunity was last summer. We decided not to take it. Why 12 months later would we suddenly decide, oh, we'll pay the money and we'll take you? It would be embarrassing. But then again, I'd rather have the embarrassment and get the striker in than just allow him to go somewhere else. So let's wait and see what happens with that one. But there's not really many strong links with Osimhen and Chelsea, and it feels like the boat's very much been missed on that. But another striker who is just in ridiculous form is Victor Yokarez. And I think he scored 4 goals last night for Sporting Lisbon Sunday night. And this Yokarez scores a hat-trick for Sporting tonight. Well, there's 4 goals. So he's got 52 goals in 48 games this season. It's absolutely mental. The guy has got 64 GNA in 48 games. 38 goals in the Portuguese league from 30 matches so far this season. And again, he's going to be available. £65 million, roughly. 65 million pounds. That's the agreement that he's got with Sporting Lisbon, that he can leave for that money. It's not going to be the €100 million release clause. And again, yes, Chelsea are going to have to offer Champions League football. Yes, a move to Arsenal or Liverpool is far more attractive. A move to Barcelona to replace Robert Lewandowski is probably far more attractive. But even if it's a 1% chance, Chelsea have to do everything in their power to try and get Victor Yokarez to sign. It's as simple as that. The guy's a goal-scoring machine. He would make a difference. And ultimately, if you want to progress as a team and move forwards as a club, we need to sign difference makers. And the 2 strikers that I've been talking about in this video, they are difference makers. And that's no disrespect to the likes of Liam Delap, who Chelsea probably will end up signing. It's just that he's a level down at this stage in his career. 22 years old, 1 season in the Premier League. Got a lot of potential, right profile that we're looking for. Gives us things that we don't have with Nicholas Jackson. But that is not a sign that's taking you to the next level straight away. So we have to be very careful what we do this summer. I haven't got an issue of signing Liam Delap if it's Liam Delap and 1 more. If Liam Delap's the only striker signing, then yeah, we've got a few issues, guys. We've got a few issues. There's absolutely no denying it. But there's very, very little room for error this summer. Arguably no room for error. If we do not get the right striker in, if we do not get the quality of striker in that we need, then we're going to stagnate as a club, and we're going to basically say that we are really going to be a team that might win the World Cup here and there, but we're going to be competing for top 5, top 6 most seasons, and that's going to be our new reality. That's how important this summer window is. We cannot afford, under any circumstances, to get it wrong. Simply cannot afford to get it wrong, guys. And my worry is that we will get it wrong, and my worry is that we will sign a striker, but it won't be what we need, or it won't be what we're looking for. It will be with resale value in mind. It will be with all these things in mind, where actually sometimes you just got to think, bang, let's sign a player, let's get 3 years out of him, load of goals, trophies, and then we move on. You know, sometimes you've got to sign for the here and now. Not everything needs to be 3, 4, 5 years down the line. So yeah, that's kind of just my thoughts on a few, on Osimhen, on Yokarez, and just kind of the striking situation in general, guys. But yeah, we've heard this chat from Mikel before. We've heard all this Osman and Chelsea stuff. I'd be shocked if we ended up with him this summer, but if we do, of course, I'd be delighted. But let's wait and see how this one unfolds. Expect plenty more talk from Mikel and Osman, and expect plenty more Osimhen stuff between now and the end of the transfer window until he decides to make up his mind. But yeah, guys, smash the like, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments. Up the Chelsea, and we're out. Peace.